Rainbow Push, Push Tech 2023.
And I'm thankful for being able to present this award. This is a special award that we have begun to share over the years with people that make a difference in our world. And we met someone a few years ago who happens to be in politics by position, but is truly a change agent, a community leader, and he is one who is on the cutting edge of making a difference. And that is the vice mayor of the city of Berkeley, Attorney Ben Bartlett. Show some love for him. Ben and I are going to have a little conversation, but let me stand at the podium and do this portion officially, and then I'll go over there so I can have my conversation with my brother. It says, in recognition and gratitude for your significant role, position, and personal commitment, resulting in an extraordinary amount of powerful and productive community impact that has yielded a continuous flow of residual benefits for the greater good. On this day, May 8th, 2023, Reverend Jesse L. Jackson, founder and president, Rainbow Push Coalition, our Community Leadership Award goes to Vice Mayor Ben Bartlett. Berkeley had a vice mayor, man. What you talking? Come on. There you go. All right, there you go. All right. Have a seat.
Wow. Amazing.
Joy's going to hold the trophy for you for now, though, while we chat.
Thank you so much.
Listen, I'm so thankful for meeting you and the conversations we've had over the years. He's been one of our most outstanding virtual speakers. I mean, he has just killed it every year, and I'm just grateful for that. And hearing about your leadership, you're considered an advisor to venture capitalists and venture capital organizations. You're considered an ecosystem strategist and leader. You are considered a policy change agent and leader. All these things are now, you can Google them all you want, and you will see these consistently listed. And all of those things in one package as you do all of that because you want to help other people. Talk about how you got to this place and you're using your platform in that way.
Well, thank you. And first, great to see you, and thank you so much, Pastor Brian. And I want to thank my mentor and really icon of my life, Reverend Jackson. Mm-hmm. So much of what I do is because of him. I was blessed to grow up with him. Mm-hmm. So I was in many meetings with him, and I saw him open up Toyota Motors to black ownership of dealerships. I saw him take on the telecom companies. I saw him open up so much black wealth that it changed everything.
Right.
So, I'm from Berkeley, 5 generations. My family migrated west in the late 1800s and made it over there for a better life. It was a brutal fight. We fought along the way. It's very dangerous. And we got to Berkeley, and we got involved. And my grandfather was the first black realtor in California and was responsible for bringing many people into Berkeley and West Oakland and to Richmond and even to L.A. And one thing he taught, my mother and her sisters, one of which you may know, Roscoe Dellums, Ron's wife, my uncle, was that the key to making it is to go against the program. And the program for us has always been to work for free.
My. Come on.
That's what it is. We were brought here for one reason and one reason alone.
That's right.
To work for free.
Come on.
So your job, your number one job, is to get paid.
Say that again. They didn't hear you in the back.
Yeah. Your number one job is to get paid. And so my mother went on and became an activist. We traveled the country, and we went from neighborhood to neighborhood, from Chicago to Atlanta to D.C. to Baltimore to Hartford, Connecticut, Detroit. We stayed in all these public housing places while she organized people as a Black Panther. And I saw it with my own eyes.
Right.
This is what it is. These people are generations of landless people turned loose no resources, and denied access to resources.
Right, right.
So, from there, I ended up in Chicago, and that's where I spent time with Jesse Jackson. And one thing he said to me, I was graduating high school. I said, what am I going to do? And he said these words. He said, what would you do if you could do anything?
Wow.
And I thought about it. I didn't know what to say. He said, think about it, Benny. Think about it, Benny. And I still think about it. And everything I do now is about fulfilling those words, because we are in the age of manifestation. We can make anything happen.
Right.
And my job is to fulfill the promises I made to him and my family and all of our families. Is to use whatever powers I have
Right.
to open the doors and use whatever I got, whatever's here, so that we can get in and create a better life for our families.
Come on now. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful to hear how Reverend Jackson impacted your life at such an early point, and now you get to come literally full circle, as we talked in our first few interviews with you, and how Reverend Jackson's work in this space is significant to you, especially as you carve your own path and you're doing all these wonderful, I mean, every time we talk, you're starting a new business or you're opening up some other opportunity. Talk about your passion for what the tech industry gives us as it relates to access to opportunities, access to capital, and access to economic stability.
Precisely. So technology is important. And first off, I want to say, it may seem like a remote thing to you, but we are all technologists. Ever since the cotton gin got us off the fields,
Ben,
we've embraced technology.
come on.
So African Americans are the most early adopter group in the country, from remote controls to beepers, cordless phones,
Right,
internet,
right.
Facebook, Twitter.
Come on,
it
come
goes
on, come on,
and
come on. I
on
see
and
some of
on.
y'all, yeah.
Metaverse and now AI.
Right.
So we are the people of reinvention. We came here with no name, no language.
Yeah.
We invented ourselves, and we still are. So it's our birthright to own technology, because it is ours.
Can you say that again?
It is our birthright
Repeat after him.
to own technology.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Good
it's
stuff,
it's
good
not
stuff.
foreign.
Yeah.
These are our tools to extend our reach. So technology is great because it allows you to have a rapid delta, a great advance quickly. That's why it's so powerful, right? We're in this building of Cisco. Thank you, Cisco, for hosting us. They got really rich, enabling technology to move information from one point to another.
That's right.
That's it.
That's
and
right.
look at this.
That's right.
Now, in technology, from my point of view, in public policy, because the laws I write and the initiatives I create are all geared towards leveraging government and business together to have a door for you to be in. So in Berkeley, I've done a bunch of these things, and one was we made a policy for robotic technology to partner with labor unions
Come on.
for low-income kids to learn how to master these robots. That was the first one. We passed a measure to create municipal blockchain municipal bonds. So low-cost bonds that ordinary people could buy and own. Bonds are out of reach for most people. And then have assets, because we're all assetless, right? It's all for that. Health Innovation Zone, where we partner with all the large healthcare providers and technology startups and nonprofits in the community to do new forms of healthcare, because we have the worst health outcomes. So we can start businesses to deliver new forms of care.
Wow.
And it's so simple, too, because even if you're not talking technology, a community healthcare worker, which is an ordinary person from the community,
Right.
if they go visit you or some person and just sit with them a couple times a week, it lowers the healthcare cost dramatically, more important than anything. And that's a business we can start right now. Right? Telemedicine. So now going forward, and I'm happy, today's a special day. This morning, we passed a measure we've been working on for over a year.
Come on.
It's called FARM. I thought about the black farmers. It's called FARM. It's the Food Access and Resilience Measure.
My.
And what this does, it recognizes that the food supply chain set up in America is broken, and that we have the highest incidence of food insecurity.
My God.
And We buy the bad food anyway. And so we are reliant upon these supermarkets that we don't own and these farmers and their crop choice and the impacts of climate change, war, pricing, inflation, et cetera, breaking our banks to the point where now food costs and healthcare costs are the greatest drivers of bankruptcy in America. And that's double time for us. So we created a new model where we incentivize the creation of high-tech agriculture to come to Berkeley, set up big food towers, 10-story buildings, and grow new food. Advanced hydroponics, super greens where a teaspoon is equal to 7 heads of cabbage.
Wow.
High caliber mushroom protein, where the mushrooms is more protein than a 12-ounce steak. All geared towards having startups in the community come work there, kids in the neighborhood come learn how to farm in this new context, machine learning, robotic stuff, and then having nonprofits and food banks that serve the community get this food. And the deal is this. We're going to give them incentives from the city, tax incentives, et cetera.
Say that again.
We're going to give them incentives, tax incentives.
Tax incentives.
Yes, tax incentives, right?
You didn't miss that part.
Yeah, exactly. And so in exchange for those incentives, if there is a food interruption, the city of Berkeley gets first dibs on their entire crop. And so that's how we ensure resilience and stability for our community and make sure the door is open for our people to be in that new business. And this is a new industry.
That's right.
The new food industry is coming.
It's coming.
So I'm proud of that we passed it this morning. Thank you.
Let's give a hand to the Vice Mayor, y'all. I don't know if there's any housing available in Berkeley, but you want to have a leader like this, show him some love, everybody. Come on. Yeah.